Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel Techie Minds. Today we will be talking about the new National Educational Policy NEP 2020 which has been announced on 29th of July. Firstly, let us try to understand the major takeaways and changes that we will get to see as a part of this policy. In today's video, we will be discussing about the vision, major reforms at school level and higher education level, and the outcomes that this policy has to offer. The vision here is to integrate 21st century skills by inculcating mathematical thinking and scientific temper amongst children at school level. The aim is to achieve foundational literacy and numeracy. Universalization of early childhood care education, that is ECCE, takes care of children at entry level, where the learning will be highly play-based and activity-based. Here, the focus is on developing curiosity in a child, introducing art, craft and music, and looking into etiquettes, behavior, and emotional development of a child to instill skills, values to make them responsible citizens. Take a look at major reforms at school level. Previously, the breakup was preliminary plus 10 plus 2. The policy has now altered this to 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. Let us understand this bifurcation in detail. The first 5 years are the formative years of the child, where preliminary education is imparted. Assuming that the child starts education at the age of 3, preliminary education would be imparted for 5 years up to age of 8. Education here would be through play models, discovery, activity. Overall learning would be experiential. The aim here is to attain foundational literacy and numeracy, to imbibe logical thinking and problem-solving techniques. For the next level, the middle school, the children would be of 9 to 14 years. The focus here would be on introduction of the subject and exploration of the subject. Emphasis is on vocational training. Internships at local level would also be introduced. Coding is also introduced at this level. The final 4 years, that is the high school, for children aged from 15 to 18 years of grade 9th to 12th, focus is on multidisciplinary education. Equal weightage is given to all subjects. There is no segregation of subjects. Here, the weightage for science or academics, vocational courses, extracurricular, co-curricular subjects would be same. Every subject would be treated at par. Child has the option of choosing combination of subjects like science with confectionery, science with music, etc. Major reforms at higher education level. A holistic and multidisciplinary approach is introduced here, where students are given flexibility in choice of subject through major and minor options. For example, a child entering engineering college can have engineering as major subject and any subject of his choice, for example photography, music, as a minor option. Credit transfer and academic bank of credit is also a facility provided which enables multiple entry and exit of a student. Example, if a student is pursuing his engineering and wishes to exit the course midway, he is permitted to exit by accumulating his credit in the academic bank, and he can resume the course as and when possible in the stipulated time by using the academic credits in the academic band. Graded autonomy is another facility provided where institutes are granted academic, administrative, and financial autonomy. As of now, there are around 45,000 colleges which are affiliated to various universities. To reduce the burden on the universities, a financial, academic, or administrative autonomy is granted to various institutes depending on the status of their accreditation. For example, a A+ accredited college would have higher autonomous status compared to a B+ accredited. There would be a single regulatory body, unlike the current one, where UGC AICTE would be replaced by a single body called Higher Education Commission of India, which will work on an online disclosure-based transparent system. Use of technology would be maximum, where schools and colleges would be digitally equipped. Teaching, learning, and assessment would be carried out using online platforms. Outcomes at school level. Policy has recommendations for PWD students. Provision for gifted or highly talented children has been provided. Funding for girl child is possible. About the assessment, board exams would be to test the knowledge gained. Assessment would be of core concepts, knowledge, and its application in real life. This is taking us away from the rote learning methodology. Exams would be based on objective and descriptive questions. The results also would be for developmental purpose of the students. The report card would be highly holistic in nature with 360 degrees of assessment. The assessment would be by self, peer assessment, and teacher assessment. Standard norms and guidelines for school boards are provided through PARAK, which means Performance Assessment Review and Analysis of Knowledge for Holistic Development. Parents would be actively involved in understanding their child's performance and educational development. Moving on to the outcome of higher education. Here, the assessment would be through NTA. National Testing Agency would conduct common entrance exam for all colleges. Special educational zones for disadvantageous regions for students from small villages and towns. E-content would be available in various regional languages as well. In addition to this, the policy says MPhil degree will not be awarded anymore. Focus would be more on allocating 6% of GDP for educational purpose. Common standards of education for higher educational institutes. Fee fixation and philanthropic partnership would be possible. Thank you. I hope this video helps you in understanding the key points that the policy has to offer. Kindly like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more such videos. Share this video with as many people as possible. Thank you.